Our United States Navy just sent a brutal reminder to every dictator south of the border. Mess with America and you'll get crushed. Yes, I'm talking about Nicolas Maduro's so-called naval fleet, a rust bucket armada that the U.S. Navy obliterated like swatting flies off the deck of an aircraft carrier. And let me tell you, this wasn't just a military exercise. This was a clear message, a warning shot, a declaration to every socialist thug in Latin America who dares to challenge the greatest military force the world has ever seen. Because when America is led by weakness, by corruption, by globalist puppets like Biden, our enemies start feeling bold. But when the U.S. Navy moves in, it's game over. Picture this. Venezuela tried to show off its warships. Old Soviet-era scrap iron, barely floating, pretending they could intimidate anyone. But against the precision and power of our Navy destroyers, they never stood a chance. In minutes, yes, minutes, those ships were wiped out, reduced to smoke and fire on the Caribbean horizon. And here's the kicker. The Venezuelan officers were begging for mercy before the first missile even landed. That's the difference between socialism's failures and American strength. But don't think for a second this was just about Venezuela. No, this was about Cuba, about Nicaragua, about China, about Russia. Because Maduro isn't just a dictator in Caracas, he's a puppet, a pawn for Beijing and Moscow used to threaten our hemisphere. This Navy strike was more than a battle, it was a geopolitical earthquake. Our Navy didn't just destroy Venezuela's fleet, they exposed the entire fraud of socialist militarism. The ships were outdated, the crews untrained, the technology obsolete. Some of those warships were literally held together by duct tape and desperation. And yet Maduro bragged about them like he was running the next Soviet Union. But here's the part that should terrify every globalist. This strike sent shockwaves all the way to Moscow and Beijing. China is pouring money into Latin America, trying to build ports, bases, influence. Russia is sneaking weapons into Venezuela to poke Uncle Sam in the eye. And now, they've just watched their little project go up in flames, courtesy of the Stars and Stripes. America, this is not just a battle at sea, it's the opening shot of a bigger war for control of the Western Hemisphere.